Hello, it's Emma Jo here from Lavinia Stamps, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I made this lovely card. So it's quite 3D, it's got a little bit of foam behind the front house, and we've got stickers, we've got some wonderful corners, more lovely stickers at the front here, and some lovely house stamps. To start, you're going to need some A6 multifarious card and two colours, Blue Atoll and Blue Lagoon. So if you take your blue brush and one of the hill masks and create a horizon, I'd put a little bit of Blue Atoll on it. You can usually find it in your lid, and just gentle brushing to create a subtle snow line. I'm just going to get some dark denim. There's my lid, and we're just going to do a very gentle brush along the top of that line. And that gives us this lovely horizon, this lovely ground. I'm going to do a similar sort of thing and angle the hill mask a little bit further down. Again, taking our size 9 stencil brush, just a gentle brush down to create a snowscape. And an ever so gentle brush down with the dark denim. Now I haven't applied any more because I knew there was some on that brush. Okay, and shifting it over a bit, same sort of thing. And then we've got this lovely little ground, haven't we? I'm going to switch my hill mask round the other way and just line this up with my horizon. Take your Series 9 stencil brush, add a fair bit of Blue Atoll and just brush up from where we were. And this Blue Atoll colour is beautiful, but we're going to give it extra depth because we're now going to add some Blue Lagoon. So again, Series 9 stencil brush, add your Blue Lagoon and just brush it down from the top. And these two colours together really work beautifully. They set each other off and bring them to life. So get your fan brush, add some water to it and just drop some lightly over your work and let the water work its magic. And now I'm just going to lift that water off with some kitchen towel. And without even trying, you've got a snow scene. Now, take another piece of A6 multifarious and your VersaFine Clair Nocturne and a couple of stamps. We're going with the house stamps. Ink it up. This is the larger one. I think it's Woodside View. Now we're going to cut this out because this is the 3D bit of the card. Now we're going to cut as if there's some snow on this roof, and so this will give us this wonderful safety for our chimney. Okay? Just do a pretty rough cut round the chimney. You can always go back in a little bit later to tidy that up. Now before I start colouring, I know I want my house to go right smack dab in the centre, so it looks like it's actually sitting in that snow. And so I'm just going to do a little dot there and a little dot there. Now that tells me that that's where the house is going to sit. Now I want my other two smaller houses, smaller because they're further away, to sit behind and a little bit higher. Okay, so I'm going to get that fabulous stamp, ink it up in VersaFine Clair Nocturne and raise it up a little bit and cross it so that dot is just there in the centre of that house. I'm going to stamp it right there. Ink it up again, and again use that other dot to line it up and stamp it right there. Let me just show you why. Once I've stuck that down, and that's on some foam pads, those little houses will look perfect just behind there. It's just a subtle hint of there being a little village behind. So this is the Tangled River Route stamp. And we're just going to add a little bit of magic to this bottom right hand corner. I'm just giving that lovely swooping pattern. And we'll turn that round and create the same sort of thing on this one. And let's get on with some colouring. Now we're only going to see half of these houses, but what we do need to do is remove some of this colour. So take a watercolour paintbrush and apply some water to the ink that we've already put there. Now because it's water-based, this wonderful ink will lift so that when we colour on top of it, it's going to look the colour we intend it to be. Let's give that a blast of heat. Let's add some colour. So I'm going to go in with some green on this side of the house. On the other side, I'm going to go for some pink. And apply again some yellow to the centre of the house. And when it blends, it creates that lovely, almost orangey colour. It's brilliant. With a little touch of the darker blue underneath that middle bar and the porch roof. And then maybe a little pink in the centre of the door. Pink under the windowsills and pink under the roof. So this is the main house, and I'm going to start with this lovely pea green. Let's give it a swipe of colour on the roof. So I've gone with pink for the outside edge, and then yellow for the centre. And again, we're going to have a blue front door. Little bit of blue under the eaves of the roof and on our chimney. And then the darker blue underneath the porch and underneath the centre bar of the front door. Now, if you take your Series 3 stencil brush and some blue atoll from the lid and just go around the top of the snow. That's literally all we're doing, is flicking some colour onto the edge of the snowy roof. There we go. Happy days. Now, that will sit about there. So I'm going to need some of this lovely foam tape, and I'm going to cut it into 3 little sections. I haven't got enough fingers. Right, let's just turn this over, pop the foam onto the back, and let's pop that into place. And that gives you that inkling that there might be some houses behind it and that it's part of a Christmas village. How wonderful. So we're going to track down a white pencil What I like to do is actually use this before I put my Posca pen on, because it gives the pen a different surface to stick to. So just turn your card round so that you can get access to the roof, and you're able then to put some white on the roof behind your house. And remember, it's quite a large bit that we're putting on. It's got to match what's going on in front. And already you can see that there's a snowy theme going on. Okay, take some dark denim from the lid and just gently apply some around the base of your houses so that they look like they belong there and they're not floating in midair. Grab those pencils that you got out before. Remember this white. So all these circles, they are now snow. And we're just going to add our white first into these, especially the ones that are on the blue background, because it'll lift them again back to being those wonderful snowballs. And already you can see that they're snowballs. Isn't that great? Happy, happy, happy. So I'm going to take my white Posca pen and add some white Posca to some of these. Squeeze that round so that we can work on the top bit too. Look at that. Magical. Touch of this pale blue. And if you pick the blue to go at the bottom of your snowball, that will act as a bit of a shadow. A little bit of yellow. Because it just makes it look magical. It doesn't have to be a lot of yellow, but just a little bit. And then add your pink. Because there's always lots of colours in darkness and lots of colour in white as well. Fabulous. Right. Now we're going to want some words. So I'm going to choose the words out of the blue. Out of the blue, there we go. Now that is the first time I haven't made my own phrase. So it's already here for us. Just snip and split them into their individual words. Okay. So we've got out, of the and blue. I must admit I've deliberately done them wonky because I find it's always difficult to make sure you've got it immaculately straight and perfect. Much better to go for wonky. There's perfection in imperfections. I'm going to be using a black Posca pen just to do some little dots. Out, 1, 2, 3, of 1, 2, 3, the 1, 2, 3, blue, and then 1, 2, 3. We've got some wonderful dots already in the corners, so it seems right to just bring that in as well. Now we've got some brand new wonderful stickers. These are Mushroom Stickers 2. And I've got a couple of mushrooms in here that are just perfect for fitting in this wonderful corner. So I'm going to take these and we'll just pop that one there. Because they've got that transparent background, they just work beautifully and they make everything look far more 3D with very little effort on my part. We're going to grab Series 3 stencil brush, some dark denim, and we're going to build a frame around our card. Now this helps us refocus our attention into what's happening in the centre. So let's just add a little bit of extra around the base of our mushrooms there. And the very, very last touch is some stickles. And this is Stardust. And I'm just going to add some to the roofs. To the snow on the roof. And to your snowballs in your corners. Add some to the porch of the house too. And this is the last bit. Take some white Posca pen and just add some dots around the house. And that, my friends, is our wonderfully wintry, out of the blue Christmas card. I do hope you've enjoyed making this with me. Thank you for coming along. It's been great to have your company. Have fun crafting. See you again soon. Bye.